So it's clear that the Congress in 2024 is setting their agenda already, and they're going to stick to the Adani narrative. Let's get you details now of another big political headline. This is Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman lashing out at all of the Western perception propaganda that's being spread about minorities being unsafe in India. Here's a report of her message to all the Western countries, saying first visit the country and then talk about the plight of minorities.
If there is a perception their lives are difficult or made difficult with the support of the state, will the Muslim population be growing than what it was in 1947?
Speaking at the Peterson Institute for International Economics in Washington, D.C. on Monday, the Finance Minister hit out at the negative perception of India built by sections in the West. The minister compared the state of minorities in Pakistan and India to drive home her point.
Every minority has been dwindling in its number, or if I may use the word which is harsher, decimated in Pakistan. Whereas in India, you would find every strand of Muslim doing their business, their children getting educated, fellowships are being given by the government.
The minister invited those with negative perceptions of India to visit the country and find for themselves the truth.
I would only say, come have a look at what's happening in India, rather than listen to perceptions being built by people who have not even visited on the ground and who produce reports.
Sitharaman also spoke on the economic revival in India after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Government's policy played to the spirit of wanting to come out by the people of India, and that I would put in essence was the reason behind this revival and a sustained growth.
Sitharaman also met with an American Sikh delegation. The Sikh team condemned the anti-India Khalistani movements around the world, saying a handful of them were given a bad name to the entire Sikh community. Nirmala Sitharaman is in Washington to attend the spring meetings of the World Bank and the IMF. She will chair the second G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors meeting. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what is this Western perception that Nirmala Sitharaman is referring to? Let's get you details of some comments that have been made by countries of late about India and how Nirmala has chosen to counter that. The United States recently has claimed that India has witnessed significant human rights violations in 2022. Read further into that report and they talk about how minorities are treated, to which Nirmala Sitharaman has responded saying the Muslim population is only growing right now in India. Let's also get your other comments that have been made in other reports. The United States also said religious freedom in India is under threat, and this is something that they've stated repeatedly year after year. Nirmala Sitharaman in United States, in Washington, has said Muslims live a normal life in India, also going on to say that they actually thrive in the country. Now, the US also said that there were attacks on minorities in India through 2021, through the year, and then in their report went on to refer to several instances of minorities being in fear. Nirmala Sitharaman has responded saying violence prevailed against Muhajirs, against Shias in Pakistan. Why is nobody talking about how their plight is really in Pakistan? The new Indian citizenship law is discriminatory against Muslims. This was a narrative that spread across the world, with many expressing concern over it. And clearly Nirmala Sitharaman said that there is no question of discrimination being done since 2014, since Modi came to power. There's been no question of discrimination. The final report also saying here on religious freedom, notes mob attacks in India. Nirmala Sitharaman saying the Indian government gives fellowship to Muslims. And essentially her message is, look at the plight of minorities in Pakistan, look at how they're doing in India. They're growing, they're thriving in the country.